This is Greg Glorious from Grapple Max Dojo, and I'm getting naked with Eugene Tay on the Alpha Mind channel.
Welcome to another episode of Get Naked with Eugene, and today we have a very special guest with us. His name is Greg Ho. So we're going to find out a bit more about how is it like being a wrestler in Singapore. Is it even feasible? Is there a crowd for that? Is there demand for that? What is the journey like for this young man here? When I say young man, I mean someone who's younger than me. Let's see the mindset and the philosophy that he has that brought him to where he is today. If you've seen his videos and all that, he has gone to Japan to train. This guy has gone all the way out there to pursue his passion, and now he's coming back here to share those secrets with us. Were you a big wrestling fan from the beginning?
My dad was a big wrestling fan, so I've been watching wrestling since I was 5. Like, my dad was a big bushwhackers fan. You guys bushwhackers?
Bushwhackers.
Yeah. Never thought I'd be a pro wrestler, obviously, because no one starts in Singapore going, "Hey, I want to grow up and be a pro wrestler." That's not a typical career path that you would choose. Like, no, it's doctor and then lawyer and pro wrestler. One of those three don't quite. 4 years back. What happened was I heard I was at school in Singapore, and they actually ambushed me at a Mick, Mick Foley, Mankind.
Yeah.
So he was here for a book signing.
Okay.
And so we were in the queue, and they came to me. Hey, you look quite fit, quite.
Okay.
Quite, and you're wearing a wrestling tee, so obviously you're like a pretty big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
We're running a school here sometime. You wanna come and try it out?
Yeah.
The funny thing was that, so I asked him, okay, how old are you guys? Oh, they're like, I'm 19, I'm 21, I'm 20. I'm like, oh cool, I'm 29, right? And like I just came out from I had a car accident, so I just came from knee surgery.
Oh shit.
And like I probably cannot like do any running or jumping like for a very, very immediate future.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, jialat. But never mind, come and try. Just come and maybe come and watch.
All right.
In fact, when I started with the school, what I told them was I never want to perform. Like, I'm 29, I just want to come in here, just get fit. I don't want to go on stage. To me, it's scary. I just want to just learn how you guys do what you do.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just get fit. And then 3 months later, one match. We had one match. One match became 2 matches. Right. 3 years later, here I am starting my own wrestling school. So,
wow.
I don't know, man.
So how did your knee? Affect you?
Oh man, so it's a long story, man. So how did it affect me? So okay, what happened to my knee was I had an incident with a car.
Yeah.
It was my own car. So basically, I got run over by my own car.
Right.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's a story on its own.
There were 2 cars on the slope.
Yeah.
Car in front was mine, car behind was my friend's.
Yeah.
My friend was in the car behind. I pulled the handbrake, got out of the car, made a phone call. Next thing I know, my car begins rolling back down the slope.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I got 3 choices, right? Run back to my car, open the front door, jump in, pull the handbrake, assuming that popped.
Just
right?
like the movies, right?
Just like the movies, right? But I was thinking like, run, grab, pull, jump. It's too much to happen in like. Second option was do nothing, let the car hit my friend's car, and then see what happens from there, right?
Oh.
Third option was, okay, it's just a car, it's on wheels, it's not that steep a slope. Surely you can run in between and push the car back up the slope.
That's a wrestler's mentality. Put your body on the line.
This is before I even began wrestling, right? It's like if Hogan can do it. So I was like, okay, option 3 it is, right? So I ran between cars rolling. I'm like, okay, I got this, right? So I pushed and pushed, and cars, because cars are pretty heavy, like, right, obviously. So it kept going.
Okay,
right? So this didn't work. So I turned around and used my back to try and push it back, right? It didn't work, right? So I began to gesture to my friend, get out of the car, get out of the car. And my friend just like was watching me like careen towards him.
Yeah, cars are 3 tons.
It's pretty heavy, lah.
Against gravity.
Yeah, so it's quite challenging. So eventually what happened was sort of fell forward, then I got my knees were trapped against the bumper of the car behind, then my car went like right to the back of my knees.
You should have this on like camera or video, man. Greg Glorious, at
Yeah,
age of
right.
29, his career ended for one stupid act of holding a car up against gravity.
In my defense, it was quite courageous, alright? It was.
It was.
Yeah.
There's a fine line, stability and courage.
He had 3 options. He went with the third.
You got 2 seconds to react, and
To his defense, I would have done the same.
you see,
Thinking I could just brace myself, right?
push put your legs on the bumper and
Because it's,
push
yeah,
up.
it's not speeding, it's just like you gotta kind of hold it back.
It looks okay,
To be fair, we worked in a Tom and Jerry cartoon, so it's like,
It's like the Austin Powers scene where the car is coming very, very slowly towards him. It feels like it feels like that. It feels like I got this. It's alright. No, you don't got it. So that's what
you
happened.
got my knee.
Yeah, it definitely got me.
I like that famous last words. Don't worry, guys, I got it.
I got this. yeah. So after that, obviously straight to A&E. Then they checked it out, and I won't say which hospital it was, but they were like, you know what? Guess what? You're so lucky. You're fine. You've only got muscle contusions, bruising in your muscles. Just rest it out. Just stretch it out for a few
walk it
months.
off.
Just walk it off. You'll be fine, alright? So I was like, okay, sure, but my knee can't straighten. Is that normal? Oh, don't worry, it's just a swelling.
Just a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound. Nice reference. So yeah, just keep stretching it, you'll be fine, right? So 1 month, 2 months passed, 3 months passed, my knee was still like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, something is wrong here. So I went and see another doctor. And so he checked. He said, oh, dude, jialat. And I'm like, what jialat? What do you mean? What do you mean jialat? They told me I'm fine. You should probably do an X-ray, MRI, now. And I said, you mean today? Yes, today. Because if you don't do it by today, you might be crippled for life. So my ACL was intact. The ligament was fine. But it was attached to your femur, your leg bone.
Yeah.
It yanked out a nugget of my bone. That nugget of the bone was hanging from my ligament and got lodged in my kneecap. So no matter how much I stretch that kneecap, right, it's never gonna get past that bone lodged in my kneecap. So you're gonna go through tons and tons of rehab. It's a good chance you probably won't be able to do a lot of high impact running stuff anymore. We've shaved off part of your meniscus because of the swelling. So you have the compromised.
It's all grinding.
Yeah, so it's grinding a lot. So you probably got limited number of years to how long more you can do stuff on your knees. I'm like, okay, well that kind of sucks. It was after all that rehab.
Okay.
And then you fast forward back to the Mick Foley signing.
Yeah.
Right? So I just came off the crutches and I was just sort of trying to get my mobility back. And then they came to me saying, oh hey, come and try wrestling. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not sure that's the right time. But I will watch you guys. And then a trial session became yeah, I'm going to do this a bit more. I don't want to perform became, okay, I'll perform once. Became, I'll perform a few more times. Became, let's go overseas. So, and that's where we are now. So I was a corporate guy. I was working in an office job for right until last year. I was working in Changi Airport actually for 5 years. Corporate project management guy by day,
So day job, night job,
half naked wrestling guy by night. As you do. I reached a point where I quit. I felt like I want to do something a bit. I want to try and find a way to make a bit of money off wrestling and make myself better and make the industry better. So I quit. My sensei to be, Dick Tobo, or Tobo-san I guess, just opened the school in Vietnam at the point. This was in July last year.
Alright.
So I just figured, you know what, no harm trying, right? So I just went, hey, hi Tobo-san, just, you don't know me, but I definitely know you. I currently have, I want to learn more wrestling. Can I come to Vietnam to look for you?
Yeah.
And just train under you, and he was like, yeah, sure, just come and try, and because he was pretty surprised that some dude from Singapore was like, hey, I want to come and fly to Vietnam and learn from you, but that's what I did. So I went there, and that was my first exposure to what Japanese style training is like. So I was there for about three weeks or so, and it was 5 days of training a week. So every day, morning 2 hours of gym, evening 2-3 hours of just non-stop wrestling.
Okay.
And at the time there were only 2 of us, one other student in the school. So there's no breaks, it's really just because at least when you have a big class, right?
Yeah, this is some breaks in between.
Yeah, so
Any volunteers? I guess it's okay. You too.
yeah, well, Japanese style is very much focused on, at least the one that I train, very much focused on actual martial art fundamentals, BJJ fundamentals. So you're still learning techniques, like your different holds, your different arm bars and stuff. You're learning all those, but you're learning how to apply it safely, right? Because I'm sure because you do BJJ, right?
Yeah.
The difference is whether you want to apply pressure or not. If you don't, you have to hold, but you're not going to break anything,
Yeah, correct.
right? So the training for us was then like you're learning all these fundamentals, but how do you then apply it without actually hurting the guy?
It's like a safe, real fight.
It's a safe, real fight. So because in the end, their belief is, look, if the crowd, if you're not doing stuff that is fundamentally real, the people won't believe it, right?
Oh,
so like
that's unbelievable.
so like a decently applied armbar, for example,
Yeah.
right, is honestly more convincing than like, say, no offense to the rock, but a rock bottom, for example. One of those is an actual move that makes sense, right? So that would be the concept there, which is you want the crowd, especially people who are new to wrestling, right? They go, okay, I want to see wrestling, I want to be convinced it's a real fight. If you haven't got fundamentals which are based in solid grounding, right? How do you convince people that this is somewhere close to a real fight? Then I got invited to go to Japan. So from DDT. So and I figured, it's 2 months to go there, and why not go and do it, right? So I went there.
Is that at your own cost or is that funded by
It's at
them?
my own cost. But the thing is, because you can't just apply for it. So I guess I spoke to some
Strictly
people.
invitational.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. I mean, I guess we had lunch. They heard about me and they were like, you know what? Just come and train. Maybe come and perform if we have like the visa thing sorted out. But primarily come and train. And I said, I don't care. I don't want to perform. Like this is me saying that again. Like, I'm not here to perform. Like I just want to train out. But again, because like I saw in Vietnam like how much you can improve in like 3 weeks of focus.
2 months.
Right, so 2 months, like the increase is so much more. So I figured, even if I go there and I just train like for 2 months, right? I mean, like if I don't perform, seriously, it's fine. I'd rather go there and learn 2 months of Japanese style training rather than go there for a week and perform what I think I know and then come back and then like everyone there's like, man, that guy sucked. Like, he just came in
Let's
here.
not call the Singaporean back ever
Yeah,
again.
maybe let's not do that anymore. So I'd rather go in there, and Japanese is very much founded on the respect, on your fighting spirit, on your ganbate, on how much you want to fight through. So I wanted to go there and show to myself and also show to them that there are people here in this region who want to go up there and learn their style, learn their culture. So, Karate Kid style, unlearn everything you know, go there and see us, yeah, exactly. So that's what I did. So it was 2 months of that, came back. At the same time, I began planning what we now know as GRAPPLE Max DOJO. So GRAPPLE Max was something I started together with 2 other partners, right? One of which is Dennis, he used to wrestle as a lady killer. He still does, so he's a lady killer, right? So we're working together on this project. So we began by thinking basically, so we've done wrestling for quite some time, right? For about 3 years, 2 years or so. And there is some proven market demand, but the question is, how much more is there that has not been tapped yet, right? So in a way, is there a blue ocean for pro wrestling in Singapore, so to speak? Is there something which we haven't touched, whether it's in terms of people who are the performers or in terms of people who are just the audience? Or maybe can it be both, right? Can you combine the two? But the people who are on the fence, right? People who are pro wrestling fans, for example, but would never think about training for fitness. Like, I just want to sit here and watch. I never want to cross that line into here for whatever reason, right? Can we convert those people to become fitness, to become trainees, and if they love it enough, become like me, where I don't want to train, I don't want to perform. Becomes like, oh hey, by the way, when's the next match? So can we get that? Can we convert that? At the same time, can we get people who already want to get fit? Right, and they're always looking for the next fitness thing, right? Right, people who already work out, they are considering BJJ, they're considering pole dancing, considering all kinds of different things. Why can't pro wrestling be in that conversation? Why can't they go, this is fun, right? I get to work with a community of people who have the same interests as me. I get to perform in front of family and friends, have a laugh. I can sort of do my favorite moves in a safe environment. Why not? So if we can grow the pro wrestling fans to become fitness enthusiasts and get fitness guys to become pro wrestling fans, right? That's your overlap of the market. What's your goal, right? Are you here because you just wanted to get fit? Because you have your friends are here? Because you want to perform in Japan? Sure, right? Tell us what's your end goal, right? And we want to get you there. If it's just fitness, we have the programs to just focus on your fitness, get your cardio up. And I mean, chain wrestling alone is a damn tiring sport for me. It's the same as doing a roll in BJJ. It's super tiring, right? Your body is constantly moving. You're always thinking. So that's the fitness part. If you want to go to Japan, you want to go to Bangkok, overseas, right? We're working very hard on getting those partnerships going, where hopefully down the line, we have enough critical mass where we can send people over if the talent is there, right? But it all starts from growing this initial mass first.
Use me as a benchmark. I'm 37.
Okay.
I don't think I'm fit, right? I sit in a tight most of the time. I hate running.
Right.
So what can I expect from a training set at Grapple Max Dojo?
Right. So the thing is, do you want to perform?
Oh, okay. So my objective, right? I'm not so much into fitness because, I think the fitness is byproduct of the sport itself.
Yeah.
But I want to go there. I want to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. I want to be The Rock. I want to be that guy on the mic. I want to have a gimmick.
Okay.
So
First you gotta shave your hair, lah.
I don't mind, man. But I don't have a nice shake.
Okay. Yeah. So I think
I can drink lots of beer though.
that's perfect, right? So
Good
you're on. Okay. Here's the contract as well. No, I think you mentioned a very good point, which is fitness needs to be a product of the training, as compared to just like we're gonna drill you till you get fit, because that's not fun, right? Because there are many ways to get fit: boot camp, CrossFit, so many ways to get fit. But can we inject the level of fun into it? Can you enjoy this sport such that you don't realize you're getting fit, but you are, right? You come in here, we dump you in a chain wrestling improv segment for 5 minutes. You're sweating, man. The whole even in the aircon, you're gonna sweat like crazy. If you want to perform, next question is, where do you want to perform? Are you looking at big level shows in front of hundreds of people, or do you want to have like a small performance that you can show your friends, family? Look at me, I'm a wrestler for today, right? And to us, it's fine, right? Because for us, we don't want to say, oh, that's not serious wrestling. No, for us, it's look, if you have interest, right? Let's grow that interest first. One of my favorite parallels to pro wrestling is pole dancing. Right? For real.
Which was really amazing because I would never expect, pro wrestling where you have angry and sweaty and pummeling each other, and then you compare it to pole dancing. So
do you know how tough pole dancers are? You see all the bruises they get. The amount of imagine if they fall from the pole, right? Yeah. There's no ring to cushion their fall. It's not like us where we have our wrestling ring. This is hard floor, man. So
they're more hardcore than
they are hardcore. Pole dancing is hardcore, man. I fully respect that. So I mean, when they started, right? It's the same thing. It was a niche market. It was like, oh, really, pole dancing in Singapore? It's some people thought maybe it's a bit too sexy, a bit too this is not going to be mainstream, right? There is a bit of a stigma attached to it. But they sort of persevered, right? And they went, you know what? No, but this is a sport, right? This is pole dancing as sport. It's a sport, right? Because this is not easy stuff, man. You're gonna work your core, your arms, your thighs.
Tricks you can do.
It's incredible, right? And you start from there. And what's your end goal, right? You practice all these drills, all these different motions that you can combine together to put into a 5-minute performance in front of friends and family. Sounds like wrestling, right? Same concept.
For those of you guys who don't know that wrestling is entertainment, there is a certain level of performance there. It's not all real. This is entertainment, but the hazards are real. We want to find out a bit more about how does that work in ring, the mechanics, and it's tough. We hear that training is tough, it's grueling, but what are we seeing that's real and what's some of the secrets that you can share with
I think we've reached a point in pop culture now where, I mean, even WWE, right? They recognize that a lot of what they do is a performance, right?
Yeah.
And like all their wrestlers are super active on social media,
Yeah.
talking about their matches as performance, right?
Yeah.
And for them, they even say like, wins, losses, it's not about that. It's about fan reaction, it's about fan engagement, right? So it's very transparent nowadays, right? This is a performance. Your KPI is not what's your scorecard, right? How many wins do you get, right? Your KPI is, are you a good guy? Are you a bad guy? Are you
Whoa, that's the right term for that, guys. Let's use it. Face or heel?
Nice. Insider terms, alright? Yeah, so if you
I've
are
done my
a
research.
face, nice. The thing is, if you're a face, right, your KPI is, are you getting the crowd behind you? Are you buying into your story as the face, right? Likewise, if you're the heel, are you getting the crowd to boo you and most importantly cheer the face? Right? That's your only KPI, right? Whatever else you do in the ring, doesn't matter if you're doing a 450 splash or like some crazy ass moonsault or whatever, it doesn't matter, right? You can do it, but if you do it at the wrong time, you do it when no one cares, you do it when people don't even know what your character is, you're wasting your time. Because many people come in and say, oh, I want to start by doing this. I want to do a chaos theory, I want to go and do a top rope headbutt, right? But if you haven't got fundamentals, if you don't understand what really hurts the person, what you are really doing, and how it looks, right? You can't do all that stuff, right? Because in the end, your job is to be safe for the other guy, right? So for us, safety is key, and you can only do that by making it transparent. Look, this is what you're gonna do. You have to start by doing, say, a boring forward roll before going into, say, a somersault or a handstand. Right? You can't do that without doing the forward roll. And even with the forward roll, right, you can, just because you can go through the motions, are you doing it correctly? Are you using the right muscles? Are you engaging the right core? Yeah, is it convincing? Is it smooth? Right? Because there are good rolls and there are shitty ass rolls, right?
Yeah.
Just because you ended up with your feet above your head and you bend on your ass, yes, you rolled, but is that really a wrestling level forward roll? So what we do is very much focus on the mix of gymnastics, and once you have that core basics, right? Like literally core basics, you can only then can you go then you understand, okay, because wrestling is about control, right? You need to know where all your limbs are, what muscles are you using at the right time, right? Otherwise, because you have the other guy is literally in your hands, right? And the guy is trusting you like you're trusting him or her, to not to injure you, not to screw up, right? And especially in front of an audience, 10-minute match. Anyone panics, anyone screws up, right? Something can go wrong, right? So we want to get people drilled into the basics, such that even if something goes wrong, you know how to break fall, you know how to protect the other guy. You won't panic because you've done this so many times. So that's the goal.
Well, how about Alvin and myself? We put ourselves out there. You train us and you put us through the stuff that you just said, the fundamentals and all that. And then we kind of record ourselves and say, after the first session, how it's like. When and where can we find out more information?
Right, yeah, so we have a website at grapplemax.sg. So we have training profiles, you can read more about our philosophies and what's driving the school over there. We have a Facebook page, Grapple Max on Facebook.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's Glorious Greg from
Greg
Greg Glorious.
I should change that name.
Ladies and gentlemen, and that's Greg Glorious from Grapple Max Dojo. After the next episode, let's see how we get our ass whooped in the ring. See ya.